Okay, here's a test race with the 70 plus Super Senior League at Nurburgring Grand Prix. Green light, pole sitter, the human, takes off, but the two cars in the second and third rows are able to pass him on the outside going into turn one. So the red car is the human. He's pretty much relegated to the slow lane, is able to salvage third place coming out of the arena section. So now we'll show the rest of the race from his point of view. So the 70 car starts pulling away from the rest of the field, trying to catch the two cars that are in front of him. The lead cars put up about a 1.8 second lead against the third place number 70 car. Tires are warmed up now, coming up on the second lap. So the third place cars built up quite a gap against the fourth and fifth place cars. We're only running 5 AIs in this event. We've adjusted them so to avoid all players and adjusted their aggressiveness and so forth to make them raceable. That's what all this testing is about, is to get them refined to the optimum specifications. All right, first lap was a 2:02. It's about 2 seconds off the pace. We'll see what the next lap is. So the 70 cars closed the gap now. There's only half a second up to the second place car and another half a second to the leader. Now things get interesting and difficult. These AI guys are very hard to pass. They will not yield their lane. They won't run into you because their avoid all players means they'll avoid contact as much as possible, but they will not move out of their lane. So if you try to impose on their space, they will hit you. Or you will hit them, whichever way you want to look at it. So obviously the number 70 car is going to make an attempt to pass one of these cars here. See if we get a launch off this last corner. Should have a draft here, so see what happens. I think what you're going to see is he planned on staying behind, but they slowed down, so he had to go to the inside. He really wasn't dive bombing, he just had to avoid hitting them. That's close racing. There was inches away right there on that turn one. Tires are still not ideal yet, but they're getting there. The last time was a 2:00.1. So the 70 car is all over the number 1 car. Can't seem to gain an advantage. You would think it would be logical that you would be able to pass someone on the upcoming straight if you got a jump on them coming out of this next curve. But these AI guys are pretty fast out of this section. And the draft is not as powerful as you might think unless you're within 3/10. We're 4/10 ahead apart right now. Okay, the number 70 car's got a jump coming out of the chicane. We got 3/10 apart now, so we'll get some draft. Not too powerful, but some. Again, he probably wants to stay in line, but is forced to go in the inside to avoid hitting. Locks up the tire and is able to go side by side. Oops. The other thing about the AI guys is they will not change their line significantly if you're side by side with them. So if a real driver would have given the number 70 car a little bit more space on the exit there, knowing that he had a tight inside line, but the AI did not do that. So you've got to assume that they've got an idea where they're going, and they're not going to change your line necessarily because you're side by side with them. So close racing can be different with them versus real drivers. Okay, now the number 70 car is going to go after the leader. There's a 1.5 seconds difference right now. .4. See how they do in the chicane. All right, he gained in the chicane. He's only 1.1 behind him now. Launch off the last corner onto the straightaway. Yeah. Maintaining the gap pretty much. That was an off track. This number 66 car is very fast and very good. Another off track. Number 70 is trying too hard. Big gain going into that corner. All right, moment of truth. Yep, number 70 thinks better of it. Number 66 locks up his brakes, gives up some of the advantage. So the number 3 car is way back. 3/10 separating them right now. All right, number 70's got a draft. He's 2/10 behind. He's going to go for it on the inside. Braking, 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 braking. Side by side. And they hit. The AI did not give him any room for that one. Let's review that just a little bit, so you can learn a little bit about the behavior of the AI drivers. So the number 70 car is taking inside line here. Basically, there's no real advantage. Both of them, I would say, have corner rights. They both arrive at the apex about the same time. The difference is under normal circumstances, you would think a real-life driver would have given the number 70 car about another 6 feet of space there, and they wouldn't have collided. But again, the AI driver figured that he would just take that line, and he assumed or expected the number 70 car to hit his brakes real hard and pull back and avoid even contesting the corner. So keep that in mind. If you're going to contest a corner with an AI, you better be sure that you've got some space ahead of that driver instead of going side by side like this. So the number 70 loses a position or two. Yeah, number 70's in third place now. Still turning about a 2:00 pace here. So the number 70 car has the next car in his sights, but it's quite a bit of a gap to overcome. So let's fast forward it a bit. All right, there's a 3.7 second gap between third and second place right now. 7-second lead or gap between the third place and the first place car. And now the 70 car gets down to business. Pretty good entry. Speed is good. Pretty much a 2.00.1 lap. One of the secrets to this lap, or to this course, is that corner where you got to keep far to the left in order to get the right run on this long straight here. This section here, fourth gear, is critical as well. Lots of time to be made up here. Debatable whether third gear is required in that section, but it seems to work reasonably well. Probably if you had a perfect line and perfect throttle control and perfect braking, you probably would be able to do it in fourth and make better time. There's the best lap time of the race, 1:59.6. Really fast guys do it almost 2 seconds quicker. Stay to the left, that's the key here. Hard on the gas, take a little bit of that inside edge. Don't off track. Pretty much perfect through there. Light brake, fourth gear, hard on the gas. Light brake, hard on the gas again. All right, we've made up about 2 seconds in the last lap to the number one car that's ahead of us. Not a lot of time to be gained by hugging that inside curb in that hairpin. Just touch the apex and then let the car kind of have its ahead. Maintain its speed. That time we did that all the way through with fourth gear. All right, we're down to a half a second's gap now. So the number 70 car will probably make another attempt to pass. Probably may not turn out well, we'll see. A little bit of a jump. 3/10. Going to be hard to pass here. Not close enough at the start-finish. Yeah. Thinks better of it. Sometimes the AI guys are very inconsistent in the corners. Generally speaking, I would say that they tend to be a little doggy in the corners and remarkably fast on the straights. They seem to recover from slow corner speeds much quicker than what you would expect. So that's the end of the video.